as chair, fellow Toastmasters, welcome guests, dignitaries, and in particular, Kim Bernard. Thank you for opening your life to us about your son Alex and his diagnosis of autism. As a mother of 2 children with cerebral palsy, you drew me into your story very quickly, very rapidly. There's a lot of information that Kim just shared with us. And we are in a room full of leaders that focus on communication, learning, teaching, understanding. Kim, you did a fabulous job. You shared a very personal part of your life with us. That can be a challenge to do, and it takes courage to do it, especially because autism is a very difficult label. And whether we like to admit it or not, we all come from a place of judgment at all times. The trick is to own ourselves enough that when we recognize that we're judging others in a negative way, that we can be forgiving about it. One of the suggestions I would love to offer you, Kim, because you're such a powerful person, obviously by your ability to raise your son, is if you had perhaps asked, perhaps there hadn't been time to plan to move the lecture out of the way, you would have had a greater use of space to allow yourself to come and connect with all these amazing people over here. There was one moment where you inadvertently turned your shoulder, and that would have distracted them from having the ability to take in your story completely. That would have been a nice touch. I can appreciate with the time that it took you to get here, winding through the roads in Nanaimo, that you might have felt a little bit rushed when you came up here. And I did find a few times that your arms were nervously swinging, your feet were kind of pacing back and forth. And I can see that's probably not your typical way of speaking, because it's so obvious with your experience that you're a very skilled person to speak. So thank you for that. I did find the organization of the speech to be very informative, and it seemed that it was going from the past, from your experience in kindergarten, leading on through to giving us a little bit of history about your own family, your grandmother in particular. There were a couple of moments that I did find myself getting distracted and lost in the information just because there was so much. I could see why speaking to what you're learning through Toastmasters in terms of leadership, the ability to speak to people face to face made some sense. However, for my own purposes, it was a little misleading. I'm very honored to have had the opportunity to listen to you express such an important personal story. You did a